Hey guys, it's Adam aka Swimbird, and welcome back for another Minecraft 1.7 snapshot. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different here. I've got my buddy Amaterasu hanging out next to me in the sunflower, and I'm going to show you guys how I did my little Okami trick over here using some of the new 1.7 features. So as you saw, this little retextured wolf that's named and owned by me, you can see all of the attempts that I made over here. There's a lot that went into this, and it was like 20-second clip, but you know, I put a lot into it just because I wanted it to look good. So here's the base layout. This is the cursed grounds here and the dead cherry tree at the end. And if I hit this pressure plate here, it should trigger the bloom effect. And you don't actually need the wolf to be there, but I do have another part of it that allows the wolf to run along, and then it blooms the cherry blossom tree. And if I go into my secret hill base over here, I can show you guys. I'll hit this other thing, and this is the reverse of it. If I jump out here, you can see it starts to go away. It destroys all of that, and it gets rid of the blossoms on the cherry tree. There we go. So it's a pretty complicated process. I'll go through it as best I can if you guys are curious, but it took a bit of work. So a lot of these involve using the command block to spawn in minecarts with command blocks, and I spawn them in down below and have them set blocks. So for the first bit of this, which I can, let me turn this off, and I can do it from up there. So the first bit of this is all set, this is Podzol, and the tree is down there. So if I hit this pressure plate, there's minecarts going below, there's one that's changing the Podzol to grass, there's another that's actually replacing the stone down there with redstone blocks, and you probably heard that clicking because I can show you below here. These are actually dispensers. I didn't use, I wanted to get like a variety of flowers and grass, and it's kind of random, but I ended up using dispensers instead of command blocks to do that. And here are all the dispensers with bone meal in them. And when these minecarts go by, one of them is changing the stone here into redstone to trigger these dispensers, and then the other ones are just making the grass. And eventually we get to the end here, and this cherry blossom tree probably took one of the longest parts. Down here this is the blooming blossom part that will trigger when the minecart gets to the end here before it dives off into the void and destroys itself. So many dead minecarts in the process. But yeah, this will trigger and it'll turn. This is all of the blocks that trigger the individual blossoms that you saw. So all of these pink wool blocks had to be spawned in individually. And then there's a similar thing back here. I can show you guys. You probably glimpsed it when I showed you my like menagerie of failed Amaterasus. This is the other end. This is the command blocks that trigger when the cursed area gets, you know, cursed again, and it destroys the cherry blossoms. So it replaces them with air. So yeah, it's pretty. I was gonna say it's pretty simple. It seems pretty simple, but it's actually kind of complicated. So yeah, that's gonna turn it back, and they're gonna get destroyed. So all these command blocks here are spawning in the Podzol. They're spawning in, or they're getting rid of the flowers. They replace basically everything that was there, grass, flowers, above ground. They replace that with air, that sort of thing. These ones are the bloom effect, and this is making the grass and everything. And these are the two. I do doubles of some of these, like you'll see set block, and it's gonna do the redstone block, and then this one also does the redstone block, one below it or behind it, because since the snapshot got a little refined with the command block minecarts, they're not as quick as they used to be in the first version of it. Before, they would spam a command so many times it was kind of annoying, but now it's actually a little too slow to do certain stuff, so you want to double up on some of these and have them spawning the same block. Like a bit of redundancy will help. And this is just linking the bloom effect and the trigger for the minecarts back to the pressure plate that I threw the flower on at the beginning. And this is the this part might be a little interesting here. So this is the Okami button. It's kind of a long command. It summons a wolf to the coordinates, and it's got a custom name, Amaterasu. It will be standing to kind of make it look like it's running more. Color 0 makes it have a white collar. It's owned by me, so that it, you know, it would follow me. And then I gave it the potion effect resistance 5, so that it won't be able to die or suffocate. That's how it teleported and came back to life, even though it went in the tree. And then it's riding a giant, which also has resistance, but it has invisibility as well. 14 is the effect for invisibility. So it's basically a wolf riding on an invisible giant, and I can trigger that and show you guys. So there we go, Okami, and then it's down here. So she is on top of a giant that you can't see, and I go under the podzol here, and I have to take a minecart, which I can actually just get that off of there. That saves a bit of time. And I need to get rid of these if I can. Ooh, I don't want to hit the giant. So that's one of the things. I have the redstone on, but that's going to trigger the carts. I want to turn that off. There we go. That's the on-off switch. And that will take those redstone blocks out of there. And then I can put the giant in a minecart. See, this is way more complicated than it seems like it would be. But yeah, this is a long process. Took me a while to figure out all the logistics of how I wanted to do this, but I'm pretty proud with how it turned out, so I hope you guys do enjoy it too. So now the giant is in the minecart, even though you can't tell, and I can close this podzol up here, and I'll grab my sunflower, and we can see if we can recreate this live, basically. When I throw this flower onto this part, it's going to trigger this, and then I'll follow it around and use my my nice little cinematic camera angle here. There we go, and here we are. There she goes, and she's spawning lots of flowers, and she falls into the hole there and dies. But then we got the nice bloom effect, and when I land, she should teleport back to me right around here. There she is. Let's give her a sunflower, or 3. There you go. Good girl. Alright, well thank you guys for watching. I hope that made some sense. Let me know if you guys want like the specific commands and everything listed. It's very, very complicated, and a lot of it is circumstantial because you need to have the coordinates of where you want the stuff to spawn. But yeah, I can help you guys out if you want to try something similar to this. I don't recommend it because it's very complicated, but it is really cool that we can do this type of thing in Minecraft now. So thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed this, and me and Amaterasu, we'll see you next time for more Minecraft. Goodbye.